everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be looking at my PS3's motherboard, looking specifically at the CPU and GPU chips. And this past weekend on June 18th, 2022, I spent the entire day basically tearing down the PS3 and just going through the whole system, cleaning it out, taking all the dust out. And it's been 12 years since I purchased this PS3 Slim, and it's never seen any type of maintenance whatsoever, so I was very eager to get in there and see what was going on. And I did a couple of mods where I drilled some holes on the top and on the back. This video we're just going to focus on the motherboard, looking at the GPU and CPU chips and seeing how they have lasted all this time. And I will have a lot more videos of like the entire teardown of the PS3, a huge vlog of the entire process of me modding my PS3 and going through all the steps that I took and showing you the entire process of how it was before and after. And there's a ton of videos I could make with everything that I recorded this past weekend. I had a lot of fun painting. I learned a lot of stuff on spray paint because I really don't know how to spray paint, so just doing it for the very first time, and had a lot of fun. And I have a lot of ideas as far as my PS3 goes when it comes to cooling the system down, and I'll be talking about that more once I finish my PS3 and get some more clips that I need. And then we'll do like montages and just have a lot of fun. So I won't necessarily show you exactly how I got to the motherboard, but those videos will be coming out very soon, and I just want to talk about those two chips in this video and just go through what I found out on those guys. I hope you guys enjoy this video. It was really fun. There's going to be more of this stuff coming very, very soon. Let me know in the comment section what you think of this whole process. Okay, so now that we have the shells all painted and waiting for another coat, we are actually going to get started on the motherboard here and get this all cleaned up. One of my good buddies dropped off the TM30 Corsair Performance Thermal Paste, and this is going to be great. We're good to go. There is the heatsink, and we're going to clean this all off. Yeah, it's terrible. And here are the two chips, CPU and GPU. And yeah, you can see that it's getting burnt on this side. Right here too, you see that? It's a little black. We'll clean it out and see what we got. And I will use the air can to get as much dust off as possible. And then I'll be using, let's see, I'll be using alcohol and a couple of Q-tips to clean the two chips here. So yeah, a lot of work to be done, but I'm glad I'm doing this. Okay, just got done cleaning this out. There was a bunch of dust inside of it, right inside of here. Got rid of a lot of stuff, a lot of dust that was stuck right in here. This little compartment there just blew a bunch of stuff out, along with this over here. So a lot of dust gets stuck through there, and especially back there. Overall, it was pretty clean. I'm very happy with that. It looked like it was doing its work, it was doing its job. But yeah, so glad we managed to get that all cleaned out. Now, one thing I noticed funny on the motherboard, you can see here, there is some kind of, I'm not sure what this stuff is. And where's that spot? So look at this spot here. I don't know what that stuff is, but it's here, and it also is there. I'm not sure if that's like some kind of protective coating for these pins. I'm not 100% sure, and don't know really how motherboards actually work, or what's contained, or what you have to put on to protect some of this stuff, but it just looks really strange. Maybe I spilt something, you know? But overall, I didn't see anything crazy. I did notice this right there. I guess that was just a little dust. But yeah, very interesting to see that this one here, I'm not sure what chip this one is, but it does have some bad edges. Little black there, here and there. Especially this corner, you can see how burnt that is. But yeah, it was getting there, because my PS3 was turning off all by itself, and like it overheated. And but yeah, so glad we're gonna come in here and figure this out and clean it all up. And that's the next thing we're going to do. Here's our Q-tips. Let's start with this one here. Excellent. I typically use one for each. I used to clean a lot of CPUs in some other job, and I used to use one Q-tip per board, per CPU. But that is pretty clean, guys. What do you think? That is pretty solid. And obviously we have some more gunk on the other side, so let's get rid of that there. Looks good. Can use the air blower. There we go. Nice and clean. All right. That looks damn clean. Wow. Looks really good. Super smooth. Sony Computer Entertainment Inc. Cell Broadband Engine Cool. Now for the other one, this is going to be very interesting. How this is going to clean out. I hope that black goes away. Kind of scary having that stuff on there. Yeah, I was on the brink of yellow light of death, I guess. Give me 1 second. I felt like I put a little too much, so just touch that a little bit. So mix it up, and I'm not sure which chip is which. I'll probably let you guys know here very soon, because I'm gonna go and Google it. Yeah, you can see how much you can get done with just one side of a Q-tip. You probably want to use a couple if you're not very familiar on how to use it. Here's the other side to finish it off. That's a little too much. I mean, you can usually get it done with just the one. This is great. I hope you know, this really helps the PS3 to perform maybe a little bit better, or maybe not, or not to get so much heat. But this should definitely help to reduce all of that. And yeah. So opening the case and putting in a new fans, letting it breathe a lot more, and then doing all this also helps too. Cleaning it out, removing dust. So we got this side's done. Now for this side, this is where most of that and also on the top, when we first looked at it, it was pretty bad. You know, it happens a lot with this kind of crap, where they just put the one drop in the middle and then they just hope when it sticks down that the paste will get most of it, but sometimes it doesn't. And then that's why we got those black edges, because that wasn't covered. Yeah, so that looks good. Yeah, that looks great. There's still a lot I gotta clean off, so I probably will go back here, and last thing we want to do is use an air can to remove any other gunk that may stay behind, and we are good to go. Okay, so I did a little bit of research, and the RSX is indeed the GPU, the graphics processing unit, and it's based off NVIDIA's, let's see, NVIDIA's G70, I think, possibly. That's what I'm seeing on Wikipedia, but anyways, it's clocked at 500 megahertz, and it uses 256 megabytes of GDDR3, so the reality synthesizer. So that was what was giving us that black on the corners there, but it looks pretty clean, pretty solid. Very happy with the turnout. Not perfect, but that's more than enough, and it should be more than enough to replace the thermal paste, you know. And according to what I was reading online and through Wikipedia and some other sources, Sony did use a very cheap thermal paste to save on costs, and I can definitely believe that, because you know, we've seen a lot of these consoles get the yellow light of death. So, and also some of them just, you know, they overheat fairly quickly, and that thermal paste doesn't age very well. So it's always good to update the thermal paste on your PS3s to prolong its longevity, to let it live longer. And yeah, so we're going to be replacing it with the Corsair TM30 Performance Thermal Paste. This is awesome. Thanks, Dan, if you're watching. I really do appreciate it, man. Got done removing the dust from here. Remove the dust from here, wiped it all down. And I'm also going, this is going to be the next thing I'm going to clean, is the heat sink here. I'll put some alcohol all on here. There we go. Now what we can do is wipe this baby down, and we can remove all that cheap thermal paste from Sony. Oh, look at that. You can actually see some of the you see how the corners there kind of blacked out. You can see where the CPU was just holding on there. I'm glad the system was smart enough to turn itself off or shut down on me when it did. And I thought my PS3 was gone forever after that, and I couldn't play games. One of the big issues I had was the fact that anytime I was playing a disc game, the PS3 would just completely freeze like 20 minutes in, and that was a huge problem that I had. And yep, and that's when I decided to get another PS3, the Super Slim model. I bought it at Target for like 300 bucks at the time, back when I was living on my own with no wife and kids. But yeah, it looks like that black marking or whatever is gonna stick around. It's not going anywhere. Just a reminder that we almost lost it. We almost lost it. So yeah, for now today we've done most of the work. I'm still waiting on the fan grill for the top of the PS3. And we got all this cleaned out. I'm gonna finish up here by putting it back together, getting it ready for when the shell is good to go. And that's super clean. Check that out, guys. All ready to go. Super stoked on that. Beautiful. So yeah, I'm gonna put this all back together. I really don't have a tool to spread the paste. I'm gonna use a couple of paper clips to do this part. Okay, so now let's apply the thermal paste. Here we go. So everything is good. Do we have some? There we go. Okay, looks good. And let's spread it, shall we? I want to make sure the entire chip is completely covered. This is some pretty thick stuff. Yeah, I want to be very generous with this. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you have to just put a little bit, but the way that I saw how burnt those corners were, I'm not going to risk it just putting one stupid little teaspoon or pea size of thermal paste. I think with the PS3 we want to be a little bit more generous, especially now that this console had, you know, it's pretty old, and Yeah, I'm not trying to replace my PS3. I really don't want to. And that's the reason for everything that I'm doing here in this video. Let's see, I have don't have much left here. I think I went a little too generous on the RSX. Okay, I'm all out. Let's see if we can make this work. Looks good, guys. Look at that. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Super stoked on this. The PS3 is gonna be like, whoa, I feel brand freaking new, brand spanking new. All right, that's done. How sweet is that? Last thing I need to clean, and I'm waiting for my air can to, you know, get back to normal because it gets a little too cold and then I can't spray as much. But we're going to wipe this crap down. That should be easy. I'll be right back. That's all finished. Our motherboard is ready to go. The other pieces are going to wait, so this is as far as I'm gonna get today, and it's been great. It's been fun, and hopefully we will continue our work very soon.